So let's talk about prepositions of time and place. This is in, at, and on. So we can start with prepositions of time. So with prepositions of time, we use in to talk about days, months, and years in a general sense. So I will go to London in April, or I met her in 2004, and even as a part of a day, I will see you in the morning. It's just a general way to refer to time. Now, on we use for specific dates or days. So I will see you on April 23rd, or I talked to him on Friday. We would also use it for a holiday. So I'll see you on Republic Day. So we use it for dates and days, so a little bit more specific than in. And then finally, we use at. So we use at to talk about holidays without the word day behind it, and we use at to talk about time. So I will talk to you at 12:30. I have a meeting at 4. My flight leaves at 6. And then we use it to talk about holidays without day, meaning I'll see him at Christmas, or I will visit London at the New Year. So that's a little bit confusing because if we use day, it's on, but if it's not day, it kind of refers more to the season, and we use at. Okay, now for prepositions of place, we use in to refer to anything with a boundary. So I live in Beşiktaş. So if you looked at a map, okay, I can see Beşiktaş. It has a boundary. So I live in Beşiktaş, or I live in Istanbul, or I live in Europe, or I live in Asia. All of these things have a boundary, but you can also use it, I am in my office. And so because my office kind of has a boundary, it's a room with a beginning and an end, and you could draw it, I'm in my office, or I'm in my car. You can imagine the boundary. There's a limit to it. That's where we use in prepositions of places. Okay, so we use on for large vehicles, surfaces, and streets. So I just told you that we are in a car, but if you are in a large vehicle like a boat, a ferry, a bus, really any form of public transportation, an airplane, you are on it. So I'm on the bus, I am on the ferry. So it's a little bit confusing, but that's what it is. And then we also use on for streets. So I live on Main Street. Very simple. And the last thing is surfaces. And so I put my phone on the counter. The folder is on the table. In addition, we use it for islands. And so if you think of an island as a surface, it's I'm on the big island, or I am on Maui. We use at for addresses or specific locations. Now with addresses, that also applies actually to your email address. So you can tell someone, hey, you can email me at @gmail.com. And then I live at 15 Main Street. You use at to talk about addresses. And then also locations, and this is where it can get a little bit confusing. We don't meet people in the mall. We meet people at the mall. So if you're talking about a building or a store or a restaurant, we will meet at the restaurant. We will meet at Big Chefs. We don't meet in Big Chefs unless you've decided we're going to meet in front of the building, and then it starts raining and you say, hey, let's actually meet in the mall today. But generally speaking, if we're talking about a location, we use at. This also applies for maybe a meeting point within a building. So I could say, I am at my desk. So does my desk, it's not really something with a boundary that I can fit inside of, so I wouldn't use in. I am at my desk. I'm at a certain point, or I will be sitting at the table. I also want to share just a few random but really practical ways that we frequently use these prepositions. Within, we are in the hospital, in jail, or in bed. So my mother is ill, she is in the hospital. My cousin did something terrible, he is in jail. My sister is really ill right now, she is in bed. So we use in that way for those specific situations. We use on to talk about using computers and phones. So I don't say I am using my telephone. I say I'm on the phone or I'm on my computer. And then with body parts, I can say I have a scar on my arm. And so that's kind of the surface rule, but that's how we would say it. I have a ring on my finger. I have a watch on my wrist. We use at to talk about work and home. So I would say I am at home, but I could also say I work at Amazon or I'm at work. Those are just a few common everyday ways that you probably use these prepositions if you speak English regularly.
Ready to improve your English speaking? Click below to get access to the other 9 most common mistakes that Turks make when speaking English. This practical webinar includes 45 minutes of video lessons with trained American instructors and helpful tips and exercises with each lesson to take your English to the next level. And this entire webinar package is on sale for 50% off for a limited time. So don't miss this sale and start speaking like a native English speaker today.